the first cow that I know that I slaughtered for Meat District and I shared was 120,000 in 2016, and I made 400,000 from that cow.
Wow.
I remember very well.
Wow.
Then I didn't have any staff, so I didn't have to pay any overheads. It was just me and then the butcher, and then my younger one that was there with me there. So there was no overheads. So removing all overheads and all the costs that are incurred now, it wasn't there. So I know from that particular cow that I made 400. And I went back to the market and I bought 4 cows. Because you know the way the malam works, the more cash you have, the more you can bargain.
Yes.
That's how the livestock market works.
The livestock sector in Nigeria is valued at 30 trillion naira. And despite the struggles in this sector, we now see pilots, senators, accountants, and even returnees going into the business. This tells me there is a lot of money to be made somewhere. In the first part of this video, we try to look at reasons for the high cost of beef in Nigeria. And so in this follow-up video, we want to explore opportunities in the livestock sector. Now let's dive in together.
If you have 10 cows giving you 5 liters of milk each, that person earns 180,000 a month. So if somebody has 150 cows, it should give you context of how much his earning capacity is. If you have 150 cows, the cow in the market now is 400k. If you have 150 cows, that is roughly 55 million naira. How many people in our urban centers can boast of an asset base of 55 million?
In Nigeria, the cheapest full blood in Nigeria is 1.2 million. The cheapest.
1.2 million?
Yes.
For the Boer goods?
Yes. Some sell 1.8, some even sell 1.9, but the cheapest that I've offered, I've sold 1.2. All right, and it was like a promotion.
The goat kid, depending on the quality, they go for between 2.8 and 3 million, and we have orders, people waiting for our kits. Usually when you win them at the age of 3 months, they pick them up.
The livestock sector is the only sector that the individual parts are more valuable than the whole. So when you sit down, you see a cow, let's take for example, a cow in the market, the cheapest cow you get now is 500,000 naira, thereabout. The individual parts of the cow are actually much more valuable than the live cow. So if you're going to do T-bone steak, sirloin steak, right, ribeye, if you just cut the meat out and actually cut it to international standard, you'll find out that when you do those cuts, you're probably at 5 million. Something that the cow itself is 500k. If you take the milk of the cow, it can give you cash flow for over 5 years. Sometimes you can push it all the way to 7 years. It gives you daily income over that period of time. Most people don't realize string instrumentation, violin, you get it from cows. Hides and skin, leather products, you get it from cow. You get adhesives, gum from the cow. There are so many things. From the hooves, you get chewing gum. You get the oxtail. Like when you actually break down the livestock, and this is happening across cows, sheep, goat, and poultry.
Look at the growth of pasture, for instance, grass. I personally sold bales of grasses in this country, and the demand is still very high.
And how often do you kill goats?
We do that every day, at least maximum of 3 to 4 every day.
So you kill
Monday to Saturday,
3 to 4 goats
every day.
Yeah. So that means that in a month, what you kill, that's about 24 goats per week.
Yeah,
24 goats per week.
Between the average of 3 to 4 per day.
So let's just say that in a month you kill over 100 goats. Okay. Do you kill cows as well?
Yeah, we do that too. So we do that twice in a week for now. Sometimes 3 times in a week.
Okay. How important is meat to your business? Like, if on a particular day you don't have meat to sell, would your business still make money on that day?
That's the major reason why people want to eat. I mean, most people doesn't derive satisfaction having eaten without protein. And so the major protein people look out for, most especially the goat meat, because I've come to realize that there's this particular satisfaction people tend to derive from eating goat meat after amala. So amala without goat meat is not as perfect as having to eat amala and goat meat here. Most people want to eat amala just because of the taste of the goat meat.
So would you say that would you say that the profit margins are not as wide as it used to
It's
be?
not as definitely it's not as the way it used to be, but all the same, it's still something encouraging. The basic thing that has to do with it is when you are consistent with what you sell. So as it is now, I mean, for the fact that yes, there's inflation out there, somebody like me, I've not got reasons to compromise the standard of what we do. You know, we still keep up with the standard we have been maintaining even before now that we buy less. You know, and that is what has been sustaining, and we gain loyalty of our customers, because you know that yes, the taste they've got to experience some years back is still the same taste they're experiencing now, and so that has made us they've had confidence in us, and that has retained our volume of customers yet.
ìjọ tó bá yẹ káwa náà rí 20,000 tá a bá ti rí 5,000 tá a rí 10,000 à ń mà lè jẹ oríjọ́ mi wà tó yẹ pé 15,000 náà la máa padà rí bọ̀ ìtọ́lọ́ ń bá gbà ti mú wa tó ń fọ́ọ̀lù bàríkàsì èèyàn máa dúpẹ́.
Kí lẹ notice ní báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń rajà látàbàtà ẹran tó
ó ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ẹja kíká náà lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ èdè ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn kọ́sítọ́mà tá à ń gẹran fún nìkan là ń lò àwọn tá à ń gẹran fún nìkan là ń rí.
dáadáa àwọn olóúnjẹ
bẹ́ẹ̀ni àwọn là ń rí àtẹkọ́ tẹ́tí débì ní ìjẹ́ níbọ̀dì.
so àwọn olóúnjẹ ló ń sábà ra
àwọn olóúnjẹ.
báwo ni bí price yẹn ṣe lọ sókè yẹn sí báwo ló ṣe ti affect iye profit tẹ máa ń make.
ó wà fẹ́ ti gan even àdájọ́ rárá láti àti February ti ẹ̀ worst ṣe anything because àjọ náà lọ́lọ́jà báyìí fi ń gbéra because àní sálárì tá a fẹ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ ìjọba àbí kẹ̀kẹ́ ọ̀tá bá tà bá rówó náà làwọn náà máa kú. ìjọba ìbẹ̀ tá a bá tara bí apá méjì sùn ìjọba ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ 20 tàyẹ̀ ọ̀dà ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ 30 tàyẹ̀ lórí apá mọ́ níbi ìjọba ta 30 40 ọmọ àtàwọn tó lè pé ara ṣe ló mẹ́rin kan tó ní ìsáàkìá owó tó yẹ wo gbèrè mọ́ lórí ìgbèsè tí mẹ́lò míì kí o di ẹ̀ láẹ̀kọ́ ilé ara kan ọba ìbá ṣe bí oṣù mẹ́fà lọ oṣù márùn-ún wọn ló jẹ 3 million fún mọ́là tó jẹ 2 million mọ́là wọ́n pe èyí tó kúrò fún ìṣòwò òfin àbàtà àwọn òfin aṣọ sọ́run ní àwọn òfin bẹ́tà tó fi iṣẹ́ ìlú ẹ̀kú wá sẹ́lẹ̀ sí tó kọ́kọ́ bí ní kó díẹ̀ nìyẹn. ẹ bá wọ ọjà ń sìn ọwọ́ ọjà àárọ̀ làwà yìí ẹ̀ṣọ́ ọjà ni ọwọ́ pẹ́ sórí mẹ́rin wà lórí kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹwọ́ láti ẹlòmíràn díẹ̀ òmíràn àṣì pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ìmọ̀ àtàlájì àmọ́pàmọ́lù méjì àmọ́pàmọ́lù kan àtàbọ̀ ẹ̀rọ máa kú sí gbígbá ẹ̀rọ máa kú sí gbígbá oníṣìn àwọn méjì apẹ̀rẹ̀ méjì là ń ta apẹ̀rẹ̀ méjì là ń ta bàbá tá a tán tọ̀ tó bá lé fine láti sẹ́ẹ̀tì náà ọ̀rọ̀ dábàá jẹ́ ká sẹ́ẹ̀tì òní.
tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbádùn ti wà ń bẹ̀ àmọ́ nísìnyí àtúndì ìgbádùn rẹ̀ ká máa ń wí mi torí pé ọjà yẹn ó ti lọ fún àkókò ìjọdúnmọ́ tá a bá tajà omídọ̀ mi kókù 20 kókù 30 ó dé kù nù àti pé gbogbo ohun tí kálukú ti ṣe ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ni àwọn àfẹ́ káwọn kọ́ tọ́mọ wa kálùfù làbí ń dọ́gbọ́n jẹ́ kí kálukú ó jòkó lẹ́yìn kọ́ mọ́ ìṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ rárá.
Àkíní ṣé torí price yẹn nìkan ni pé kò ṣeré mọ́ bíi ti tẹ́lẹ̀ ni.
Kò ṣeré náà sọ́ọ̀tì.
What would you say is the amount of meat like in weight that you get from like a full cow?
If you buy a big cow, you should be able to get like 250, 220 kilos from it.
Okay.
Yes, the first cow that I know that I slaughtered for meat district and I shared was 120,000 in 2016, and I made 400,000 from that cow.
Wow!
I remember very well.
Wow!
Then I didn't have any staff, so I didn't have to pay any overheads. It was just me and then the butcher, and then my younger one that was there with me there. So there was no overheads. So removing all overheads and all the costs that I will incur now, it wasn't there. So I know from that particular cow that I made 400. And I went back to the market and I bought 4 cows. Because you know the way the malam works, the more cash you have, the more you can bargain.
Yes.
That's how the livestock market works. Yeah. So I remember very well, vividly, for that particular cow. Okay. In fact, I still have the picture. I'll find the picture and I'll show you.
Okay.
From that cow, that
Okay.
same cow now.
Yeah.
I was telling my husband yesterday that that same cow now will cost you 1.7.
The same cow you bought for
That same
120,000
size
in 2016
will cost you 1.7 now. The last cow that I bought, that was like I think a week and a half ago.
Okay.
I bought it 1.450.
Okay.
I transported it down here for 50,000.
Okay.
The butchers, I pay my butchers per animal 40,000.
Okay.
So it's going to, that already is almost well 1.6.
Yes.
Let's just cap that 1.6. And after I packed and I shared, I did all that and all the packaging and all my expenses, it was 65,000 naira profit.
On
The
entire, no, on the half or
on the entire
cow.
It was 65,000 naira profit. On a
Wow.
1 point,
On a cow that cost
almost 1.6 or over 1.6.
over 1.6.
So we have 55,000 naira. And then I was going to go back to the market to buy another car for the next week sharing.
Okay.
And then that, even though I added my 65,000 naira to my 1.6, that's 1.670, let's just say that.
Yeah.
I was seeing a cow of that size, because of salaries coming and all that, I was seeing 1.750, 1.8.
Without even transportation.
Without transportation, without any of this. So I go angry and just left the market. And that's how I've been doing for, sometimes I don't go, my husband goes. Okay. So we've been doing that, like that for the past 3-4 days now. And we have still not gotten a
cow.
There are cows to buy. I can decide to buy it.
Yeah.
I will kill it and I will still weigh it, and then whatever price suits me, I will hike the price and I'll sell it.
Yeah.
That's fine. But it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me because I will not put myself in the buyer's position. I won't come today now and then I'm in this store, they come into this store today and then we buy a kilo of meat for 10,000.
Okay.
And then tomorrow you come and say, no, it's now 12,000. It's exactly.
Our mandate is to create that enabling environment for investors, local and foreign, to come in. We are not the ones to run the abattoir. Ours is to provide that enabling environment. Ease of doing business, okay? Infrastructure, legislation, etc., etc. Number one, there's the issue of feed and fodder. Our livestock sector today is debilitated by lack of feed and fodder for a number of reasons. One is that there hasn't been any structured mechanism. Most of the livestock keepers are used to freely grazing the countryside. Today, that is not available because of the competition for scarce resources, climate change, overgrazing, urbanization, looking for land for a lot of infrastructure, airports, universities, express roads, etc., etc. Secondly, we have identified also lack of adequate disease management. The endemic diseases we've lived with for a very, very long time are still very much with us, and they are actually hindering the growth and development of that sector. And some of these things are zoonosis that share between human beings and animals. Another area that we've identified is the suboptimal performance of our livestock in terms of productivity. If you are looking at milk production, if you are looking at growth rate, if you are looking at so many other factors, genetically, our livestock are still the indigenous livestock are limited if you compare them with their counterparts elsewhere. So this we have found also is a big challenge. The other challenge we have discovered as well is that the current itinerant movement of livestock keepers, dictated by the season. Rainy season, when there's abundance of grass and water, they at one point, with the onset of the long dry spell, they have to move. So that is a survival mechanism. We've discovered that this is a survival mechanism. It's not cultural, it's already been known, but it's a survival mechanism so that the animals are always, always have access to abundant feed and fodder and then water. So that also we have discovered, and it's something that we need to nip in the bud. The other thing again is the issue of data mining. How many animals do we have? Where are the densities? How do we identify our animals? If, for instance, your livestock gets missing, how do you trace it? How do you track it? How do you recover it? So that issue of tracking, tracing, and traceability is also a challenge that we do believe that in the ministry we need to put up a mechanism where we can identify the animals we have, who has what, where are you located, can we get the geolocation of your settlement. So these are the issues we are looking at. And beyond that, again, the lack of the enabling environment for investment. For instance, if you look at the red meat industry in the country today, it's still steeped in traditional practices, unhygienic, it's not conforming to even national tolerance of international standards. Okay. These are the issues we are looking at. And again, we have also discovered that along the line, right from 1957, when the first grazing reserve was created, on the orders of Lulugard, who told Malam Hamis of Kano to start creating grazing reserves. Till date, we have around 417 grazing reserves. None of those is answering its name. None of those have the necessary infrastructure and amenities to receive animals to remain there. So we have also been able to identify those grazing reserves. We have digitized them. We have identified the cattle routes. We have digitized them. We have also identified the number of earth dams in the country. What are they used for? Are they suitable to receive livestock and massive pasture cultivation? We have done all those. So these are some of the issues, and of course we have the mitigants. But again, I believe if the engagement continues, we'll be able to put this out in the public space. Because hitherto, people have been just in the dark about the value chains in the livestock sector. And I do believe many people even didn't know that the blood of animals slaughtered in abattoir is feed for another industry.
I didn't know, for one.
You see? Nobody probably knew that hoofs of a cow, horns of a cow, bones, if you debone, you have export value. In fact, even the bile of a cow is being exported today out of this country. And many people didn't know. So our own mandate is to blow this out and put it in the public domain so that people can say, look, this is an opportunity for me. Let me go in. Look at the growth of pasture, for instance, grass. I personally sold bales of grasses in this country, and the demand is still very high. Just growing pasture grass is enough business for you, particularly if you want to make it commercial. There is an export opportunity. Countries from the Middle East approach this country, they want to export grass from Nigeria. That in itself is a big business. And if investors want to go into commercial pasture cultivation, it can also trigger equipment leasing. Because if you are into pasture 2,000-3,000 hectares of land, you don't have to run a tractor. Somebody with a business will say, look, these guys need tractor, they need mowers, they need balers, they need rake, they need twines. Let me invest in that. So instead of trying to buy tractors, just focus on cultivating pasture. Somebody is leasing equipment, so you just pick up a phone and call him. I have 2,000 hectares of land. I want land preparation. He can come and do it for you. So the trouble, the burden of having to own equipment, maintain them yourself, is taken off you. So that's another business. The logistics itself, we are talking about cold chain. If, for instance, we process meat in Kano and that meat should come to Abuja, it's cold chain. That's another business angle that people we are not even looking at. Look at dairy, for instance. Milk has the shortest lifespan. If you take it out of the cow, in the next 4 or 5 hours, it's going bad. Not going bad. It's going to culture will begin to happen to it. So again, that is another business. Cold chain transportation.
There are lots of million-dollar opportunities in the Nigerian livestock sector. There's money to be made from blood, waste, milk, bones, horn, feed production, animal health, breed improvement, cold chain logistics, meat processing and packaging, to name a few. I truly hope this video has helped you see some of these possibilities. If you are yet to watch the first part of this video, kindly click the link showing at the top of the video. The link will also be in the description. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you again soon. Bye.